Alright, here's a really brief overview of how to capture IRs with the Axe-FX 3 using the DI and mic method. What I've got going on is I'm using the Axe 3. I'm going out of output number 4 in this case to this Stereotone Sonny Yeti effects return. So this is a tube power amp. Normally if you shoot an IR with a tube power amp, you're going to get that tube coloration in there. But what is happening is I'm sending the output of the Stereotone to the Fractal X load, and the DI out from the X load is going back in to input to right on the Axe-FX 3 to act as a reference IR. So what the Axe 3 will do is capture the IR using this power amp, and then it will calculate any power amp distortion and any coloration by looking at this DI signal and factor it out of the impulse response. So we get basically a perfect flat IR, which is pretty cool. So we got to thank Fourier analysis and convolution theory there. That's pretty awesome. I'm going to show you guys the setup that I've got going. I've got a 412 in the other room. At the moment I've got a Cascade fathead mic on it, and the other connection obviously that I'm making is then the output from the mic needs to go to a mic preamp. I'm actually using my UAD Apollo Twin, and I'm bringing up a Neve simulation using the UAD software. So essentially it's like an emulation of a Neve pre. The mic is going in there, the output of the Apollo Twin is going into input to left of the Axe 3. Input to right of the Axe 3 is getting the DI signal from the X load, and then we can go ahead and shoot the IR using the IR capture facility. Here's how to do it. So now when I load that impulse into a user slot, I can use it together with an amp. Here it is with the Recto 1 Orange. So as you would expect from a ribbon microphone, it's pretty bass heavy. What I've done is I've shot some IRs of some different speakers with some different microphones. So I've got a blend between an SM57 on the V30, the Fathead on the V30, and then a Sennheiser 421 on one of the G12T 75s, as well as an SM57 on the same 75 watt speaker, using the Axe-FX 3 cab lock where we can load up 4 IRs and blend them. This is the blend that I've got happening. I think it sounds really great. The great thing about this approach is you can use any amp that you've got lying around as long as you've got a load box or the amp has a DI out. And then furthermore, you can capture the sound of a cabinet that you love with your own collection of microphones and really get in there and customize your own tone. And this is something that I've done. There's a Marshall 412 with V30s sitting in the studio that I record at that I've basically used on everything, and I made some IRs of that basically with the recording chain that I've got going. So it was the same preamps, the same microphones, everything the same as we were using to record, and then I can take that IR home, put it in my Axe 3, and then if I need to track anything else, I can use the amps in there and the same IR, you know, which is really, really handy. And yeah, I think it just adds that extra layer of finding your own tone in there. Plus, playing around with IRs and learning about mic positioning and stuff like that is really fun too. Keep in mind, you don't need a high-end mic pre or anything like a UAD to do this as well. You can just use a cheap mixer as long as it's got a mic preamp. A lot of the time we're going to be playing around with distorted guitars anyway, so sometimes those lower-end mixers can actually impart a cool character on there. If you watch Glenn Fricker's video where he's talking about using a Behringer mixer to record guitars, that's a great example of it, especially for heavy tones. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this little video or you've had trouble shooting your own IRs, leave a comment and I would love to get some feedback from you and help some people out when it comes to creating great sounding IRs. I'll see you guys around very soon.